We live in a VUCA world. What do I mean by that? A world of volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. I don't think today anyone would argue with that statement. You only have to turn on the news to make sure that you understand how volatile, how uncertain, how complex, and how ambiguous the world around us is. But we also live in a world where these things manifest themselves in our relationships, in the way we think about each other, and in our organizations. Corporations are really willing to do what it takes to lean in to diversity and inclusion and to create an inclusive environment. As I said on the very first video, we want to be well-intentioned leaders creating an inclusive workplace. And yet, quite often, we find ourselves spinning our wheels, we find ourselves feeling like it's Groundhog Day, we find ourselves spending money, saying we've done this before, or here goes with another program, and it's not really working. But I hope that in the previous videos, where we've talked about the 3 immutable forces and the 4 permeable forces, where I've provided you with an illusion complexity model that allows you to see that there are 7 important component parts if you want to really create an inclusive work environment, and if you want to be able to unpack the complexity of that. But I'd like you to step out of that process for a second and ask yourself, what would happen if we were resoundingly successful and we were able to implement every aspect of Helen's model? Where would we go from there if we actually arrived at an inclusive work environment? What would be our responsibility? And I'd like to suggest to you that you could create a new line in the sand, that there is a line in the sand around your contribution as an organization to society. How would you take what you're teaching your employees today around diversity and inclusion and begin to make a difference in the workplace, in society at large as well as the workplace? Because I know that many corporations do great work on community, great work in making contributions both financially and with the efforts of their people to build community. But think about this. If we could create peaceful coexistence in the workplace, why couldn't we make a contribution to creating peaceful coexistence outside of the workplace? Wouldn't it be an amazing contribution if each one of us, individually and collectively as organizations, makes a positive contribution to creating peace and understanding in this world? Now you might say, Helen, all right, that's just way too big a goal for us. But I am here to suggest that if we successfully educate and teach and empower our employees to respect diversity, to be curious about diversity, to learn the skills of inclusion, and to more fully understand what it takes, that skill, that ability is completely transferable to our personal lives and completely transferable to our ability to become better citizens of whatever country we work in. So I wish you luck with your journey. I would be more than happy to work with your organization and to help you to unpack the complexity and to move beyond the illusion of inclusion.